Hey y'all, how are all my beautiful friends doing? I hope y'all all are having I hope y'all had a great week, and I hope y'all are having a great Friday. And y'all, I have filmed this video now twice. I went to go edit it and it would not upload to my filming software. Do you know how frustrating that is? Anyway, so here we are again. Maybe I just needed to redo it. Everything happens for a reason. Today's video is going to be about Chance Englebert. Have y'all heard about him? So he was 25 years old and was last seen on July 6, 2019 in Gering, Nebraska. So he had a fight with his in-laws, and then, not like a physical fight, but an altercation with his in-laws, and then he walked out of the car and has not been seen since. This is absolutely heartbreaking. We're going to talk about all the things leading up to his disappearance, what his best friend and best man think about this whole situation. So let's get into it. Before we get started, I wanted to say hi and welcome to Crime Time with Mal. My name is Mallory, and thank you so much for clicking on today's video. If you are a returning subscriber or viewer, I appreciate y'all so very much. Y'all mean the world to me, truly. I love seeing y'all's comments and interacting with y'all. I respond to every single comment I get, and I just love it. I love knowing who I'm talking to. You know what I mean? Instead of just talking to this dang camera or phone, I love to see the people behind it. So come say hi if you are new, or if you are returning, just say hi. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you subscribe and hit that bell notification so you get notified whenever I upload a video, and give this video a thumbs up if it's something you enjoy. I do true crime over here. I cover mainly missing people and unsolved cases. I throw in some solved cases from here and there, but my passion is missing and unsolved and getting the word out for the voiceless and trying to find them. Like, they just found, I think she was 4 years old, under the steps of this house with this couple who was, I believe, her non-custodial parent ended up abducting her, and she'd been missing for a few years, and they found her alive. Like, this is why I do these videos, because they can be alive and they need a voice. They need help for somebody to come rescue them. So enough blabbing. Chance is 25 years old, like I said, at the time of his disappearance. He was born on December 3rd, 1993, and he grew up with his two brothers on his family's ranch in Burdock, South Dakota. I was about to say South Carolina. What a dream childhood. That is like my thing. I live in the country and I love it. Chance is known to be a very caring, loving gentleman who would do anything for anybody. He just had a very big heart, and he was a man's man. He liked hunting. He loved outdoor activities. He loved derby cars, and he especially loved bareback horse riding. And bareback horse riding actually gave him a scholarship to go to Larimar, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, but I probably am not. Community college in Cheyenne, Wyoming. He also earned his degree there in diesel mechanics and welding. He was living in Moorcraft, Wyoming at this time, and in 2017 he was working at this coal mining company with his best friend Matt, who he met there. They ended up getting laid off and moved together to start at a propane company the weekend, like that Monday after the weekend of 4th of July. In 2017, Matt and Chance decided to go to Nebraska to pick up some derby cars. And while they were there, Chance asked Matt if they could go see this girl named Bailey that he was talking to on the internet, and Matt agreed. Less than a year after meeting, they ended up getting married in 2018, and not long after, they ended up having a beautiful son named Banks, and I love that name. Absolutely think that is an adorable little boy name. They also had just bought a home. Chance just bought a truck, and They were having a great time. It was his dream. He loved being a father, he loved being a husband, but being so young and getting married and going through all these huge life milestones, getting married, having a baby, all that in such a short amount of time, and then being so young, I believe that did cause a little bit of friction in their marriage. Also, Bailey did not really care for his family, which that's a big issue to me. Like, if I'm going to marry somebody, they've got to get along with my family. Matt, like I said, was also the best man at Chance and Bailey's wedding, and he said that they broke out into an argument during their wedding because Bailey was upset that Chance's family was there, which I don't understand at all. Like, my family is going to be there. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. The week before 4th of July weekend, Matt and Chance ended up getting on the phone together and making plans for Chance, Bailey, and Banks to go up to South Dakota, hang out on his family ranch's farm for 4th of July weekend. They were going to go catfishing and just hang out. But not long after those plans, Chance ended up calling Matt and saying that Bailey had other plans and we were going to go to Nebraska to see her family. Now, how I take that, being a female and just knowing other females, I assume this is just pure assumption. You know, everybody has their own opinions and thoughts about these cases. But I really believe that Bailey got upset and this turned into an argument because she didn't want to go see his family because obviously she didn't get along with them, and she was probably like, we're not going there, we're going here. And because Chance is a family man and wants to spend it with his son and probably make his wife happy, he agreed to do it. So on July 6, 2019, the three of them were in Gering, Nebraska, celebrating the July 4th with her family. His in-laws decided, and I think it was like her brother and a couple of other people from her family, decided to go golfing on this golf course. Well, while they were on this golf course, an argument broke out, and one of her family members ended up expressed their feelings about Chance not making as much money at this propane company that he was at this coal mining company. And I'm sure that struck a nerve with Chance. Like, that, in my opinion, that kind of demasculates him. Like, of course he knows he's not making as much money. He knows he's got a wife and a son and bills and a new house and a truck. Like, he's got all these payments. He's fully aware of it. So I'm sure he was stressed out as it was. And then for them to just throw that little jab in there, I think it just pissed him off. So he was angry. He called Bailey to come pick him up, to take him home back to Wyoming, and he did not want to stay there any longer. He was done. So Bailey came and picked them up, and she ended up going to the grandparents' house. And I'm not sure if it was to like gather their things so that they could leave or what her thought process was. But this pissed off Chance. He was like, this is not where I wanted to go, got out of the car and started walking around 7:30 p.m. and he was walking towards Torrington, Wyoming. Shortly after this, Chance ended up calling Matt, asking him for a ride, saying that he got into an argument with his in-laws and he wanted to go back to Wyoming. He was walking towards Torrington and he needed somebody to come pick him up. Well, Matt is partying with his family, his friends, all at this 4th of July party and celebrating. He did not think it was responsible for him to leave drinking under the influence. So he told him no. Plus, it was 4 hours away. It's not like it was 15 minutes away and I could be like, hey, where's the sober person to come pick up my friend? You know what I mean? So Matt told Chance to hang on, sit tight. I'll call you back in 5 to 10 minutes. I'm going to try to find you a ride. Well, he called his friends. Nobody was able to pick him up, but he did contact his mom, Dawn, Chance's mom, Dawn. And Dawn said that she was going to ask his uncle. His uncle agreed to go pick him up. Matt then tried to call Chance to let him know that his uncle was on his way to pick him up. Chance never answered. His mom, Dawn, tried calling. No answer. His aunt, his uncle, he was not answering the phone. So Bailey says that she dropped Banks off with her grandparents so that Bailey can go out and search for her husband. She did say that she searched and searched and searched and never found any signs of Chance. There was video surveillance footage recovered of Chance walking around, I believe it was a truck stop, and he was walking around looking at his phone, and he made a left toward Torrington. About an hour after this video surveillance was taken, a huge thunderstorm, lightning storm, it came sweeping through Gering and the surrounding towns. And then around 9:08 p.m., his Aunt Katie got a very strange text message from him. It was an angry emoji face with a bunch of conjumbled, mixed up symbols and letters. And she thought this was extremely odd because duh, that's odd. And the last ping off of a tower was near this truck stop off of County Road 19 near Riverview Golf Course. Bailey then reported him missing the following day. And Dawn ended up calling Matt and said, hey, can you please just go into work at this new company and see if by any chance Chance shows up. Matt said that he was a extremely reliable guy. He's an outdoorsman, so maybe he hitchhiked a ride back to his house and then was able to go to work on Monday. But he did not show up at work, unfortunately, and this really set it off that something was wrong. And actually, Matt didn't even find out that he was technically missing until he saw a social media post from Bailey. Right after this, Matt, his wife, and a friend of theirs ended up getting into his truck and driving to Nebraska to search for Chance. Now, he only had 3 days to do this. He was in between jobs, hadn't got paid from this propane company, so money was pretty tight, so he could only afford to go there for 3 days. But in those 3 days, he searched nonstop with the two of them, and they covered so much ground. He said that he never saw Bailey or her family looking for Matt, and this is a small town, so you would definitely run into them. Also said that he saw no one searching for Chance, and he only saw one helicopter circling around the place. So this place is by a river that they were searching. So they all searched the river as well, just in case by any chance he fell in. Chance, I keep saying that and it's messing me up with his name. But Matt really believes that he would stay clear of this river. He respected nature. He understood nature. He was a country boy. They went hunting all the time. They traveled throughout the woods all the time together. So he was pretty familiar with how, the nature and everything works. That's like my dad. He goes hunting all the time. He knows how nature is. And a country boy is not going to go by a river when it is a complete crap storm outside. After these 3 days of Matt and the other two were searching for Chance, he ended up calling Bailey and saying he hasn't found anything, but he has to go home. And Bailey was just like, thank you. Now, this part is what is really odd in my opinion. Matt ends up calling one of their friends and who lives not far from Chance's house. And he asked if maybe he could go over to Chance's and see if he made it home. Well, when this friend gets to his house, he notices a phone on the porch. He ends up calling Matt and is like, hey, there's a phone here. Remember, Bailey's not home at this point. So he's like, there's a phone here. And Matt really thought it was odd. He was like, keep it there. Don't touch it. I'm not far from there. I'm on my way. So just leave it there and I'll check it out when I get there. Hoping to just turn it into the police if he sees that it's Chance's phone. Well, he ends up calling Bailey and asks her if there's any reason why there would be a phone on the front porch. And she was like, no, and ended up calling her neighbor to go get this phone and do something with it. I don't know, like just go get it off my porch, because that phone has never been found. I mean, Bailey knew that Matt was going to check it out to see if it was Chance's and take it to the police. So why would she do that if she has nothing to hide? I'm not saying that she's guilty, but her actions are very suspicious. So within that week of Matt starting his new job at the propane company, HR ends up coming up to Matt and asking, would there be a reason why Bailey is calling us, telling us not to hold Chance's job? This hasn't even been 1 full week, and she's telling his job not to hold his position. So Matt ends up calling Bailey, and Bailey says that's not true. She just went in to talk about a few things and said that Chance might not be coming back. I'm sorry, but I tend to lean to HR. But Don ends up calling his job and saying, please just, he's missing. We're still trying to find him. Please hold his job. So they did hold his job for as long as they could. They held it for a few months, but, they needed somebody in there. Now, what's also very suspicious is within the same week, Bailey is allegedly trying to cash out Chance's 401k and get a death certificate on him. Not even a full week. And you're already saying, let's get the ball rolling. I need a death certificate. That would be the last thing on my mind. I would be hoping my husband is not dead. It hasn't even been a full week. We could still find him. I'd be trying to have all the hope in the world. So that really struck a nerve with me. But I'm trying to give her the benefit of the doubt. And maybe she just really needed money. Right now she's trying to provide for Banks, this house, his truck. Maybe she just needed money. But it's definitely odd. So Chance's family, Matt, everybody is so worried for him and what could have happened. To me personally, I do think it sounds maybe like it could be some foul play involved, but I don't know. What do I know? This is just my opinion. And it seems like the police were very heavy in this case for the first 3 days or so, maybe, possibly. And then nothing's happening. Nothing is happening. This case is just, unless the police are doing more work behind the scenes, because we know that happens. They've got evidence and they're just building it up to try to make a case. I'm really hoping that's the case here. But the police have said that they have brought drones out, search dogs, helicopters, and they logged 280 miles on foot and 100 miles on helicopter. But no solid evidence was found. And so they had 18 different agencies and 147 individuals searching for Chance. Now, while Matt and them were searching for Chance, he didn't see anybody. So I find that extremely weird. 18 agencies and 147 individuals, you are bound to see somebody. And they said that they covered 280 miles. That's a lot. I would think that you would see them. They went to the truck stop. They probably went to this river area. Everywhere that he was walking on that footage. I'm confused how they didn't see anyone. But Chance has light brown hair, hazel eyes, and he is about 195 pounds at the time of his disappearance. He also has a scar on his lip. He was wearing a blue and light purple, I believe, Wrangler plaid shirt, as well as Wrangler jeans, boots, a belt with an NRCA buckle, and a black and white trucker's hat. If you know any information, if you saw Chance that night, please do not hesitate to call Gering Police Department. Even if you think that this might not be enough information, like I saw him walking, but I didn't see him after that, please call it in, because that might be just the missing piece of the puzzle that they need. So you can reach them at 308-436-5089, or you can call Crime Stoppers at 308-632-7867. Y'all, let me know what you think about this case down below, what your thoughts and opinions are. Please be respectful. You never know who's watching this. One of their family members could watch it, or friends, and me personally, I would not want to see any rude or nasty comments about my missing loved one. So please just be mindful and respectful. I know every single one of y'all that watch this are amazing at that, and that is why I love this community so much, because y'all are just so kind, and I cannot thank you enough. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed to my channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss whenever I upload a video. Give this video a thumbs up for the second time me filming it. And I will see you in my next video. Have a great weekend. Stay safe. Get some fresh air and some sunshine. Drink your water and just stay safe, y'all. Make smart choices. I love y'all so very much. Thank you so very much. And I will see you in Tuesday's video.